The Delaware Supreme Court today heard arguments about President Biden's Senate records. Biden made an agreement with Delaware University that prohibits it from releasing the records. NTD's Arlene Richards has the details.
Since 2020, conservative foundation Judicial Watch and media outlet The Daily Caller have been pushing for the release of President Biden's Senate records. The 1,850 boxes of records have been maintained at the University of Delaware since 2012. The university states on its website that President Biden donated his senatorial papers to the University of Delaware pursuant to an agreement that prohibits the university from providing public access to those papers until they have been properly processed and archived. It claimed in its filing papers that under Delaware law, only records related to spending public funds are accessible. The plaintiffs now want to see the university's agreement with Biden and all communications related to that agreement. They also want to know who's funding the project. Their attorneys said the university's supplemented affidavit failed to justify its denial of their requests for 3 reasons.
Most importantly, it is ambiguous. Second, the university performed no search related to the requests. It reviewed no documents apart from the gift agreement, but rather relies on previous inquiries of university staff. And finally, the supplemented affidavit is largely based on hearsay.
One of the justices asked why the affidavit wasn't good enough.
Other than your view that that's implausible, she says it's under oath. She's a member of this bar. Why should the Superior Court of this court not take her at her word?
The plaintiff's attorney said the university should review records to determine whether public funds are used for other costs, such as for the buildings that store Biden's records. The university's lawyer argued that a private institution should be treated differently than a state agency.
If you're a state agency, every document you have is a public record and it's disclosable unless you find in the statute a specific exception. The university is the reverse. None of your documents are public records unless they relate to the expenditure of public funds.
The court declined to rule on the case today, but if the court rules in favor of the plaintiffs, the university will have to provide information on how it funds the storage of Biden's documents. And it may have to provide information on the secret agreement that it has with Biden to block access to the documents.